Hello and welcome to my human design channel. My name is Richard Beaumont. I've been a human design analyst for 25 years, and 20 of those I've been training people how to become professional human design analysts. Today I'm going to be looking at the subject I call the pearls of wisdom. And the way I look at life, especially through the lens of human design, is that we are a kind of evolving in our own life, and we have this incredible blueprint that can show us what the boundaries are, what the limitations are, but also what the abundance is in each one of our charts. I love the fact that human design is all about, the differentiation of everything, and the fact that we are unique beings. But in this particular case, I want to hone into the wisdom, the particular wisdoms, the specific themes that can become real, ongoing, developmental perspectives. So if you think about the NotSelf and you think about the whiteness of the centers and learning the themes of trying to prove yourself in the open will, or trying to be certain in the open ajna, or whatever it may be. That's generalized. It's certainly a good thing to bear in mind, but it's generalized. Now, if you think about the gates that are there in the open centers, this is where the pearls are. And think about what a pearl is. It begins as a grit in the oyster. It's an irritant. It hurts. I imagine. I don't know. I'm not that creature. But the point is, it's not comfortable. And we know that when you're living out the shadow, you're going to over portray whatever it is in the theme. So let's take an example so I can show you what I mean. Yesterday I was doing a reading for someone who had the 10th gate in an open G center. This was a manifester, just with the 10th gate. And I honed in on that with this client simply because he had it 4 times. So again, when you've got something that is more than once, more than twice, it begins to build up. When you've got something with a big weight on it because it's repeated, this is really, a gem in the making, if I put it that way. So behavior. He had it twice in the first line, once in the third line, and once in the 5th line. And what do we know about the open G? The open G is going to try to be. They're going to try to be someone. So he would have tried to be someone by over-amplifying the individual behavior, because this is a gate of behavior and behaving in an individualistic way. And it's about learning through that. It's about seeing that you're in process, and often we're in process by overplaying something that isn't us and finding out what that's really all about. So in this case, the 10 line 1, the line of modesty, really here to know one's place, in order to really love oneself as a unique being. And you can see how he would have had to learn the hard way, because the first line is an investigative line. He would have had to learn the hard way how, in behaving in a way that was not in love of himself, he would have had to encounter many things that just didn't work for him. 3-5 profile. So it was learning about that, learning about the martyr in the 10 line 3, how your behavior is challenged by others. So again, the overplay of individualistic behavior in a way that is challenged to others. He would have had to learn what that was like, and would have to learn the disappointment in the open G of not having that behavior recognized for just being him, or being a unique portrayal. So there is this, then we've got the heretic. So again, he would have behaved in a heretical way, which sometimes would have been good and sometimes not, but there's always that edge, there's always that reputation, and there is always the dark side of the fifth line, which is really when the reputation turns and everybody labels you as something, and in this case, labels you as something that you're not even that. So learning about behavior and behaving in different individual ways would have been one of his pearls, or is one of his pearls, to really look at. And I asked him about it. I said, well, behavior seems to be really accented in your chart. Could you speak to me about that? And immediately it was, yes, I noticed the behavior of everyone. This is one of the main things that I look at. This is, his attention, the mind in the open centers will be going through that filter in that open center all the time. Whenever he's around people, that lights up like a Christmas tree. You either act it out, play it out, try to be it, or you just watch and you just see. And you begin to see that instead of being something you have to act out and overact out, you actually see that it's showing you the individual behaviors of those people around you, that you're beginning to notice how behavior and survival, how behavior and beauty, how behavior and getting your own unique truth out, to be able to speak it, becomes very important. These pearls, you'll find them if you're studying human design, if you're into human design, you have to get a Rave I Ching. Then all the gates and all the lines are listed in the Rave I Ching in encrypted form. So you don't have to guess, you don't have to, listen to some superficial thing on YouTube or wherever you might see it and try to imagine it from that. Go to the source. Go to the source. Read the encrypted words of Ra and think about it. Your mind is already going to be taking you to those gates in the open centers all the time. Get to know what that theme is. Begin to see that it isn't you, but it is something that can be developed as something that could be very useful to others. It could be a way that, as I mentioned in the money video, it could be a way that the NotSelf theme of money can come in to fund the life. Let me give you another example. In my own case, I have an open ajna with the 47th gate. It's unconscious. It's in the lines of self-oppression and futility. I mean, great. What a wonderful mind to have. And when I was younger, I was deeply mentally self-oppressed, trying to work out the confusion, trying to make sense of what had happened and what was continuing to happen in my experiences, trying to get a handle on it, not being able to really, spending time up in my head rather than living my life. And working through human design and through the work that I've done in my life, now I think of it as a gate of being able to make sense of almost anything. It's an abstract gate. It's a very visual gate. It's a gate that can make sense of the past. And so as a counseling gate, it becomes a gate of wisdom. It becomes a pearl that can be used to help people in their processing, in them trying to come to resolution in one way or another with their past experiences. So it's not to take these things personally. It's to see you have an opportunity in your chart to think about those filters of the theme of the center. They're being filtered through those gates. And if you think about it, if you go into your experience, you'll see you actually know a lot about those, far more than you maybe even think you do. So I'd like to draw your attention to that, because after all, human design is about growing into, letting go of the conditioning and becoming more who you are, which includes the wisdom in the open centers. It includes that. So just a little pointer there. Have a look and find out for yourselves. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that. And if so, please subscribe and like and share. And I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.